One Piece chapter 1024 essentially proves the fact that, indeed, Shimotsuki Oshimaru is definitely the father of Zoro. There is absolutely no shred of doubt right now from this particular thread of plot points. Because number one, we got to see the exact very same face, the twig, the scar over the eye, and the exact same facial expression. It's absolutely a copy, it's absolutely a match. He has to be the father of Zoro unless Oda introduces some absolutely major twist into the story, but I don't really think that is actually happening here. Oda is definitely setting up the chapter where Zoro is going to meet up with Yamato, and she's going to be the one who claims that, oh, you look absolutely same as the samurai who taught me when I was a kid, that is Shimotsuki Oshimaru, and therefore connecting the dots, she might exclaim in joy that okay, you are the son of Shimotsuki Oshimaru. But beyond all of this, today I want to discuss one simple question with you all. Does Zoro already know his true lineage? I feel like this is something which has been very much overlooked. We always thought that Zoro is oblivious to his true nature, he's oblivious to his true origin stories as a way, and Wano is going to be the setup for all of these things where we are going to find out the truth about Zoro. But what if only we the readers are oblivious to this particular fact, and what if Zoro already knows the truth about his lineage? He is already aware of the fact that okay, I had a father all the way back on Wano, but I don't really know much about it. I just know that in a very similar situation to Luffy, he knows that his father was a big time personality on Wano, but just that's it, he knows nothing more than that. It's very much possible that Kyoshiro actually told a young Zoro about his true lineage, that your father used to be the daimyo of the Ringo country and was one of the most celebrated and decorated swordsmen of his time, but maybe because of some circumstances he was forced to leave Zoro to East Blue, and maybe that is the reason why Zoro grew up under the tutelage as well as under the eyes of Koshiro. Koshiro was basically like a godfather to Zoro. I mean, that's absolutely the case here. But I feel like this is going to be a pretty interesting twist into the story, because we keep thinking that Zoro is oblivious to all of these things, but what if Zoro is already aware of all of these things, and that's why he actually decided to take up swordsmanship. He doesn't really care, or even back in the day he didn't really care if his father was a big shot or a big personality. He just wanted to be a strong swordsman, and after the encounter with Kuina, he wanted to fulfill his promise to his childhood friend, who is most probably going to turn out to be some sort of a cousin for him, who was most likely killed because of being a Shimotsuki herself. But all of these things are combining and convoluting into one particular plot point. I feel like Zoro is already aware of his lineage, he just doesn't really care about it. He is only worried about his own dream, his own promise to Kuina, and at the same time his promise to Luffy as well, to make his dream come true. That is, in order to make him the Pirate King, he's going to devote his entire life to it, even to the point where he has to break his own promise. And that would add a very interesting layer to the story of Zoro, because a lot of people were kind of unhappy when we got the teasers about how Zoro might be related to the Shimotsuki family. A lot of people were disinterested about the fact that this would make Zoro yet another destiny-bound character, not just some random kid who grew strong. I always said that this is not actually the case. Oda loves to play with the concept of destiny, and it's very likely that he's going to introduce it as well. But if anything, among the entire group of the Straw Hats, if there is any character who deserves all the strength in the world, it is actually Zoro. He's the one who trains immeasurably, and throughout the entire series we have seen him training. It's not just something which happened during the time skip, but even before the time skip, even during the pre-time skip era, we always saw Zoro training on Mary as well as Sunny, so it's something which is quite intrinsic to his own personal character. At the same time, this was also the reason why he mingled so easily with Yasui as well. Sure, he liked Yasui in the beginning, but he also knows the fact that he is a Shimotsuki himself, and he could also easily open himself up to his, you could say, clan member in a sense or way. Moreover, he always knew about his destiny and his link to Wano. It's just that he didn't really bother about it until unless it directly affected Luffy, and that's why he decides to help Luffy in this particular endeavor without any form of hesitation. Now, this is a really cool theory in my opinion, and I really believe that this might actually turn out to be correct. But the only thing which doesn't really match here per se is that how Kaido was not able to recognize Zoro immediately, because he has definitely seen the face of Shimotsuki Oshimaru, And the question here is that how was he not able to recognize the face of Zoro, which is strikingly similar to Orochimaru? The only possible or only plausible explanation here would be that Kaido was not really keen about Orochimaru, he didn't really care about him, and he only saw him during the caves and captivities, and he didn't really care about it that much in comparison to Oden. But now when he was facing off against Zoro, he finally acknowledged Zoro as a swordsman to the point where he acknowledged that he also possesses Conqueror's Haki. So yeah, this is a really cool theory, but let me know your opinion guys. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for this quick video. See you all on the next one.